Hey, this is Archie Roach at my kitchen table. It's been a little while since we've presented anything from the kitchen table yarns. But this one, but what we're going to show you today is a very special kitchen table yarn because it was done on the inaugural Archie Roach Foundation stage at the Port Fairy Folk Festival this year. And we talked to people like Rulla and MARLON, the Black Rock Band. Yeah, and three young women, Madi, Maya and Chloe, who are part of the Archie Roach Foundation Singing Our Future project. And so these young people were all on having a kitchen table yarn with us live on the Archie Roach Foundation stage at Port Fairy Folk Festival. And so it's a special presentation, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it as much as we did. I thought it went down really well, and I was surprised about the people that actually came to see this this session of Archie Roach's kitchen table yarns. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy this. And in a while, crocodile, I'll catch you later.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to let you know, you might have seen Uncle Archie live on streaming, doing his round the table kitchen yarns. So for the very first time today, live to air, I'd like to welcome Mr. Archie Roach to the stage for his round the table kitchen yarn. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, the first... everybody coming up. Hey, Marlon. Oh, yeah. So who we on to first here? All right. I think the first people we're going to yarn to is Richie, from the Black Rock Band.
Yo.
Yeah, and
John. Yeah.
I talked to you too as well before,
John.
didn't I, on the YouTube channel?
Last time, yep.
Yeah, so we've already talked together on my YouTube channel, the Kitchen Table Yarns. So we thought it'd be good to have that as part of the Archie Roach stage, foundation stage as well. And that's Richie and John from the Black Rock Band, and we have Rulla and the Marlon from, well, what do you call yourselves?
We try to be tricky with it, so we go by Marlon and Rulla.
Marlon Motlop and Rulla Cully Mansell. All right, I think we'll kick off with Black Rock Band first with Richie and John. So just to, I know, help the people or let the people get to know a little bit about you. Just talk about where you're from first and that. Yeah.
So my name's Richie Guymala. I'm from Northern Territory, Kakadu. And this is John. He's also from Kakadu as well. And when we established Black Rock Band from Jabiru, and we've been carrying on ever since then. And
So when was that? How long ago?
That would have been probably 6-7 years now. We've been together. Yeah. And just been traveling around Australia, doing gigs, different festivals, and
All right. So have you always, played music even before? Before you got the band going?
Yeah. So most of the boys in my band, we're all relatives of another famous Indigenous band called Nabalek band.
On Arbalek, yeah. No,
So
Nabalek.
they're most of our relatives, and we've got a lot of rich history and traditional knowledge from them. So
Yeah. Oh, good. So I know what. Where is base mainly now?
Well, me, I was basing in Jabiru for a
Jabiru,
while,
yeah.
and just recently I moved back to Darwin, so I'm
To
basing
Darwin.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so,
all the other boys are spread out around Arnhem Land, yeah. Like
Oh.
Gunbalanya, Jabiru, Maningrida. There's all the different communities, surrounding communities
yeah.
around Jabiru, yeah. So,
Yeah. I travelled up there a few years ago now.
yeah. So Jabiru is
Jabiru.
like a three-hour drive from Darwin, yeah.
Yeah.
West,
yeah.
east, west, yeah, west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good. So your music is that you play is it so what is it? Oh, it's hard to say what it is, but what did you listen to growing up mainly?
Well, we listen to a bit of everything, really.
Yeah.
Bit of Yothi Yindi, a bit of Coloured Stone. I could name all of them all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yothi Yindi, Nabalek, yourself, Uncle Archie.
Yeah.
I used to listen to a lot of you growing up. Also, Soul Water Band, Barumpi Band, all the old bands, yeah.
Oh, good.
Classics,
good.
yeah.
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 So right, yeah. So you know your music. What sort of influences your music today? The Black Rock Band and your music. What?
So, mainly like we try to mix it up with a little bit of traditional songlines from back home and mix it into a contemporary way, in contemporary music, and also just trying to reach out on the social justice side of stuff, like things that people wouldn't really talk about at times. So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And also just to pass on the songs in the band to our next generation back at home.
Yeah.
So they have something when we're gone, they have something to carry on, you know?
That's the way.
Yeah.
That's the way. All right. I may just try to Marlon and Marlon just while they're here, they're just sitting here sort of like stunned mullets. So I'll just ask them a few things and we'll get back to you, Richie, soon.
Yeah.
All right. Rulla or Marlon, you just want to talk first? Anybody?
Yeah, I'll go. My name's Marlon. My last name's Motlop, so I'm originally from Darwin in the Northern Territory. So I guess my people are the traditional owners of the Darwin area, the Larrakia people. My mother's a Cornarican paperbark woman from the Finnis River Plains.
Yeah.
So if anyone's been to Darwin, Litchfield National Park, those beautiful waterholes, that's all my mother's and my grandmother's country through that region. And my grandfather on my father's side was born in the Torres Strait on Thursday Island. So he moved to Darwin in the 50s when he was an 18-year-old on the Pearling Lagers, and I guess that's how we all kind of ended up in Darwin. He met my Larrakia grandmother, and so they kind of just had a heap of kids, and then we all turned into footballers or singers. So.
Yeah. And what about you, Rulla?
My name's Rulla. Last name's Kelly Mansell. So I'm from Lutruwita, which is Tasmania. I'm a Pakana man. And my family actually come from the northeast of Lutruwita over on the islands, which is Flinders Island or Cape Barren. My mother was born on the islands over there, and my pop was one of 18, so quite a big mob and big family integrated into the northern parts of Lutruwita, Tassie. My father has an Irish background, but mum and dad nestled in the northern part of Lutruwita towards Cradle Mountain, if anyone's been to Tassie. The place out there we call Cooper and Niara, which is a mountain of spirits. And fortunately enough, I was born on country in a very spiritual place out there called Toolampunga, which in our language, Palawakani, means red ochre. So come from the nice sunny part of the country in Tassie.
Yeah. Okay, so we was already, before you got together playing, did you play music just on your own? I think I've seen a few things where you have playing a few things on your own.
Yeah, I guess my father, he studied music in Darwin, and everything he learnt at music school, at university, he came home and he kind of, taught me. Sometimes against my will. I used to hate it. But yeah, he used to, lock me in the room and teach me the chords, the guitar, and I'd sit there crying, and I just wanted to get out of the room and kick the footy. But, obviously, I think as time progressed, I was into football, and then I transitioned into music, and I started doing some solo gigs, as I got to about 20, 21, and I started to figure out that I kind of liked the way my voice was sounding and the way I could play guitar, and then it come to a point where I was kind of thinking, well, what's the use of being good at something if you're not showing anyone, or all you're doing is, singing to the mirror. So I started to, look for gigs and go into open mic nights and started to perform.
Oh, good. What about you, Rolla?
Yeah, I grew up in a musical family, and I was a bit the opposite to Marlon. I learnt pretty quickly I couldn't sing, and tried to, gravitate towards something that come a bit more natural, easier. And I was right into my hip hop at the time, so just started writing rhymes pretty early on. Played guitar as well, so I was trying to just blend two genres into one. But similar to Marlon, sporting background, that's actually how we met through sports. So my main focus was football for the most part of my life, until probably about three years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer, which kind of made me put life into perspective and what I want to do and how I want what I want to do. And one thing I had internally what was burning was I wanted to pursue music and do something with music. So it kind of led me to just kind of not be so, worry about the smaller stuff and what people might think or whatever it might be. So I've just solely focused on that aspect of music, and that's what's steered me to.
All right. So what about you, Johnny? I haven't heard much from you. What's your story? Mate?
So been playing for a little while now, from 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
First that since Sally Morris came at Branga, first time, she gave me my first electric guitar, Sally Morris. And then I moved to Jabru, and then I found these guys then and joined them, Black Rock Band.
Yeah, he's my nephew.
There you go.
He calls me uncle.
Does he shout your coffees too, or what?
Not really.
Or sugars.
Okay, so, and you fellas, I didn't talk about your music as Marlon and Rulla. I love it. What do you? I don't know. I hate to really to classify music because it's really music is music as far as I'm concerned. And you start to classify. I said, this is rock, this is reggae, this is rap. But what is mainly is it the influence behind you fellas' music?
Oh well, it's funny you say that because we performed. We were lucky enough to perform at WOMAD last year.
Yeah.
And I think it was either the Rolling Stones or there was an artist review and they described us as Indigenous rock.
Oh, okay.
So I think we started our own genre here somehow.
It's rather broad.
Yeah. Well, personally, as I said, my old man, he studied music, so whatever he was learning, he brought home to me. So I can remember him he used to put me to sleep to, things like Pavarotti and Elvis, and then Stevie Wonder, and then it would flip, and then it'd go to Michael Jackson. So I think now we've got just a broad range when we create. It's so broad and diverse that I think we've just got free rein to do whatever feels natural and comfortable for us.
That's the way. That's the way. And you think that's sums it up, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think, we don't really plan too much. We just kind of roll up, and I might bring half a song and Marlon might bring half, and we just join together, and hopefully it sounds good. And if it does, we roll with it. And if it doesn't, we'll try again. But it seems to be working at this stage. So
Deadly. I haven't got a clock up here, so I haven't got my eye on the time. And, so we go. Good. Yeah. We might get this. Well, maybe Richie and John to do a song soon.
Can't them all go first?
What's that? No, you can talk and you can talk some more.
Yeah.
Now, if there's anything you want to say,
well,
because you used to be playing. When are you just playing here in this stage?
We play here Sunday night.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday night, Sunday
And
afternoon.
then tonight it's from 6:30 to 5:30. We play at the Shebang stage. Yeah. Stage 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. That's
Yeah.
all right. I don't know if you want to. Is there anything else you want to say, John or Richie?
Just
The
thank you
first time here, the festival.
First time
first
here.
time.
And want to thank you for having us here, and it's a real honor to be here with you, unks. Like
No. You're deadly yourselves, you know.
yeah.
Hasn't whatever I've done. I'm not sure, but you just got here on your own, on your own back, So that's
Thank you,
that's
and
so
you've been
I commend you. Well done.
You've been an inspiration to my generation. So, yeah, let's come from North.
Okay, maybe we'll get you to do Richie and John to do a
Yeah,
number.
right, let's do it.
If it's all right, to do it, sing a song, do a number.
So this first song is called This song is called If It Was Me. It's the real first time we've really performed in a festival. So hope you guys like it. Back on my homeland, a place of peace, where you feel the cool breeze blowing through your mind. This beautiful land, connected as one, even spread out, it doesn't mean we are all divided. If it was me, I would stand up for my land. If it was me, I would stand up for my land. If it was me, I would stand next to that man. Yeah, I would do the same thing. All right, everybody, could you clap along? Here we go. Bogun Garani, Umani Manbon, Daparapon, Periwam, my Beryangane. Connection to land is very important. The land is the law, and the law is the land. If it was me, I would stand up for my land. If it was me, I would stand up for my land. If it was me, I would stand next to that man. Yeah, I would do the same thing. All right, check it out. I'm gonna rap it out for you more today. Here we go. Yo. If it was me, I would stand up for my land and my culture and my plan. As an Aboriginal man, I think you're mad inside to think it's fun to let the river die. Cause see, the money and the power more important than the people. Your greed is your church, your lives are your steeple. You wanna talk about life, let's talk about the water, the darling river, the connection to the culture. One human race, different clans and continent, break the spirit of the land. And they're holding the one thing that the money shouldn't buy, while the people suffer and the dreaming dies. If it was me, clap along, I would stand up for my land. Come on. If it was me, I would stand up for my land. If it was me, I would stand next to that man. Yeah, I would do the same thing. Oh, yes, I would. I would do the same thing. Oh, yes, indeed. I would do the same thing. Oh, yes, I would. I would do the same thing. Oh, yes, indeed. I would do the same thing. Yo, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, John. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you. All right. Oh, Black Rock Band. Okay. All right. That was all right. I didn't mind that at all. And I spent a bit of time, up through Jabiru and Arnhem Land back in the day in the communities there. And it's good to see these young fellas from around that area and what they're doing today. I don't know, it's just, is there anything in particular that you just want to talk about, Marlon or Rulla? Try to both these together.
When I just went home about a week ago back home, and I found an old poster of the first Oyster Cove Festival, which you played at back home in 1995.
Oh, the first Oyster Cove Fest, wow.
Which Coloured Stones and yourself, Rumpry Band.
Yeah.
Just wondering if you remember that.
I do. I remember we used to all the sort of names, all the big name bands. Well, not so much myself at the time, but Warumpi and Coloured Stone were bands that I listened to before I actually started playing myself, and inspired me greatly. So it was good back in the day when we had bands coming out like Coloured Stone and Warumpi and, of course, Barton, No Fixed Address, and bands like that. That sort of, I like to listen to. But, Marlon, I might get you up, you think? Anything else you'd like to add or before you sing a song?
I guess, Rulla can probably touch on it as well, but just like a monumental thank you just for being you. We feel like we've known you for a very long time. Your sound has been the soundtrack to my childhood and my life, and I'm pretty sure it is as Rulla's as well, and many other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander young people of our age and in this country as well. And for me personally, it was a soundtrack through probably the most challenging time in my childhood, and it got me through some really really tough times as a child where I was still figuring out who the hell I was in this big bad world. So just a huge thank you for being yourself and being able to express yourself and giving yourself to so many people, so many young people like us in this country. Firstly, thank you.
Nah. That's no, thanks a lot for that. It's now you made me all sort of a little bit ashamed now. Nah. And but yeah, so we might get used to sing a song too if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna
If
get
you
me
can,
shamed,
of course you can. I mean, if she's what? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Would love to.
Okay, deadly. Yeah. Marlon Motlop and Rulla Kelly Mansell from Marlon and Rulla. Whoa.
I just want to echo what Marlon said as well. Because in particular with this song and our journey, I guess, started with this song, and you'll soon hear that the first line pays respects to Uncle, and I guess it's led us to this position. So I just want to echo a big thank you for inviting us here and being a part of this.
No, thanks for
And
being here.
and this song's called Black Swan. Yes, yeah, I'd like to thank Uncle Archie and my sisters, Titters, Dan Sultan, Kev Comedy, paving the way for me and many to stand up tall, young, black and deadly. I'm proud and ready, I'm the black prince of many, like Michael Long kicking goals on that telly. Change the date and I'll change your mind, boy. Perspective or your way of life you may deny. I promise if we get this right, we'll be living in our day where our days are fine. But it makes me sad that we can't understand all this pain still in the land, and I'm a proud Aboriginal man. That's why I got that flag tattooed on my hand, cause we're the oldest in civilization, yeah. We're the coldest in a hypocritical nation. So I'm waiting for the day that you're proud of my people, not mistaken us as patients on a race and never answer minimal information.
Black swan, stand up tall when you're singing, cause you're singing for me, my man. My man. Black swan, stand up tall when you're singing, cause you're singing for me, my man. My man, na 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 na.
And I was floating down this river and looked out the side, and I saw all this land get took. Yeah, I'm sick of all these white fellas thinking that they know better, when they knew never. Yes, man, I stand up for what I believe. That's the answer. Question time, freedom of speech with a plan, but that's why I stand pants down with my hands up.
Hands up.
I get asked about 3 times a week if I'm Aboriginal, but see, don't matter what the colour of your skin, where you been, brother. Written in my blood, black history, brother. I feel it, energy, synergy, mimic me deep down. The truth is you're sick of me. Napalina, Cooperoon, and the Ara. I'm from Tulabunga, Larapuna, yeah, Luchawitza. Love for Laraki and NT, Noongas West, Curries, Murrays. All the love for all the Ghana mob in SA. They understand what I say, cause I talk like a
black swan, stand up tall when you're singing, cause you're singing for me, my man. My man, na 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 na. Black swan, stand up tall when you're singing, cause you're singing for me, my man. My man, cause I got chills up and down my spine. Won't leave me alone, my man. Cause I got thrills up and down my life. They won't leave me alone, my baby.
What are they doing, bro?
Cause they're taking all of our money as we're walking out the door. And they're leaving all of their loving, and she's telling him to let go. You can see it in the writing as we read it on your wall. She's a devil in disguise. I'm a pawn to a lust, pawn to a love, cause a black swan, stand up tall when you're singing, cause you're singing for me, my man. My man, na 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 na. Black swan, stand up tall when you're singing, cause you're singing for me, my man. My man, singing to me, my baby. Singing to me, my baby. Singing to me, my baby. Singing to me, my baby.
you.
Wow, that's just too deadly. Wow. No, he's all right. Okay. Oh, gee. That's it's powerful. Powerful. So, but next we have two young women here. Is it Maya or Maya?
Maya here.
Maya?
Hey, Uncle.
Maya's there? Maya Rudolph.
Where am I from?
Oh, I'm thinking of that actress, sorry. Maya and Maddie.
Madi.
Yeah, how are you? Is all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So,
That's good.
so what's your background, Maya?
So I'm a little and young Ka woman, and my people are from Mornington Island. But I grew up in Mildura on Latchi Latchi country, and I'm a violinist. I play violin. Yeah, in this group of collective of women. Yeah.
Chloe.
Sorry, Chloe. I only thought Maddie and Maya were coming up, but So what's your
Yeah, my mob is Majari, Wajari, Matu, Noongar. So my family is originally from Western Australia, but I've grown up on Gunnar in Gippsland and Sale and Maffra all of my life. So yeah, I've grown up in country.
and Maddie?
I'm a proud Yorta Yorta Winya, born and raised on my home country in a little town called Achuk Moama. And yeah, my mob's Walker mob, so we've got mob everywhere. But yeah, that's me.
And your musically, you've been involved with Singing Our Futures, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we've been involved. We've had the opportunity, myself, Chloe and Maya, to be a part of Singing Our Future, which is a project put together by Culture is Life and the Archie Roach Foundation. And we've had the opportunity to write a very special song in response to Took the Children Away. So we've been working on that for quite a while now, hey?
Over a year easily.
Yeah.
Over a year easily. It started off as like a workshop in Zoom, and then it became a few chord progressions and lyrics on a whiteboard, and then I think it was January we recorded it in a recording studio in St Kilda, and it's just gone from this little Zoom workshop that we had with Uncle Archie to this amazing and beautiful project and this song.
Wow, isn't it? And you, Maya, have you been mainly involved with that as well?
Yeah. I've just started from those Zoom yarns, and yeah, sort of thought this would be a project I'd definitely jump on board with to respond to such a beautiful song that means so much to all of us mob. And yeah, I play a bit of violin in that and a bit of singing, but I'm not a singer.
Yeah, you play violin, hey?
Yeah.
I remember you.
Yeah.
Sing, what we did at the Survival Day.
Yeah, at the Shade of Spirit.
My Music Bowl, yeah.
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 Beautiful day.
So you obviously played music before you came to this project.
Yeah. I've been playing violin for about 10 years up in Mildura, and I was part of some little ensembles and orchestras, and recently became a member of Ensemble Dutala, which is led by Deborah Cheatham, and it is Australia's first Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander classical chamber ensemble, so it's really deadly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so deadly.
Yeah.
And you play, so you were playing music, of course, before this project?
Oh, me? Yeah. Yeah, I've been involved in like the local theatre scene in my little town of Sale, and been in Sale Theatre Company productions, but I've never really been in the music scene before. I remember being a kid and thinking like the shadow of my house was my stage, and like where the sun hit was my audience, and I'd like burst my heart out like belting the most random thing at like 10 years old. but that, I never had lessons, but I'd do that like every night when I got home from school. And yeah, I absolutely just like love, it's my venting and like coping mechanism. So like when I'm having a tough time, I'll sit there and sing, or I used to lock myself away in the music room at high school and just sit there and do whatever. So yeah.
And what about you, Maddie?
Yeah, so I've been in the music industry for about 5 years now, and I've actually been very lucky. I come from a very musical family. So my grandfather, Archie Walker, used to play pedal steel guitar, probably one of the best pedal steel guitar players I've ever heard. And I hope that's not biased, but yeah, I love my pop. And then my uncle Rob Walker, he was in a band as well, and I still have him up on stage with me every now and again, and I absolutely love it. My cousin Benny Walker.
Benny,
Benny, he's a very talented musician in his own right, very, very talented. And then, basically music's just something that's always been around, and I've loved it, but it took me a little while to get into the industry. I think I was about 15 when I first started, and started up in Tamworth at the Country Music Association of Australia, and it hasn't stopped from there, and I've loved every single second of it.
Oh, good. You talked about Benny before. Benny did stuff with us a few years ago.
How lovely.
When we were doing a show called Into the Bloodstream.
Oh yeah.
And he was part of the choir.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah,
that's
and
beautiful.
the main choir, the core choir. And but like I said, we've done shows together as well, and with Benny playing. So he's a great musician, Benny Walker. And so you aren't doing anything, playing. We're going to have a yarn just for you three,
Yeah, I think we're having a yarn and a play after, hey.
Yeah.
So all three of you are going to be playing together? Or?
So like after the kitchen table yarn, there's going to be a little break, and I think, and then there's the Singing Our Futures collective, they're calling it, and it's us three and a few others that have joined onto the project. So Spiritual Heart was like the start of this whole project of Singing Our Futures, and then it kind of grew from there. So we have a few other artists joining us with their own songs, and we're just going to sit, have a bit of a yarn, play some music, and it's going to be pretty deadly.
So it's going to be here, this
Yeah.
stage. Oh, deadly. Have to catch that one. Okay. So, obviously, he's not going to sing a song until later on. We'll have to wait till then, I suppose. But I'll just say to, because they're sitting here, to MARLON X RULLA. So it's good to see young people, especially young women, they come through and start to empower themselves through music, and have that something that Ruby, my late partner Ruby Hunter, would have loved to have seen you fellas. They would have done her proud. And but it's good to see you. I think.
It's needed, absolutely.
Yeah.
My mother. I come from a strong black woman, a strong mother, and now hearing more First Nation women's voices in the industry, it's about time, and it's very needed, and it's great to see the space there, and us to continue to empower women and give the floor. Two strong black Aboriginal women and Torres Strait Islander women to have that voice. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Rella. What do you think, Marlon? Really?
I just love seeing how many prominent Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, musicians and artists that are coming through now, and I'll just look to, my own family, and the women, they were a monumental piece of my upbringing, and they were so fierce as well, they were scary. My nana was scary, so if she could write songs about us, she'd have some awards, but I just love seeing it. It's so powerful. And I love hearing the diversity of their sound and their stories as well. And like Rulla said, it's so needed as well.
Thanks for that, brother. Marlon. Is there anything you want to say in particular, Maddie, you want to talk about?
I just want to say thank you, Uncle, for being such an amazing role model for us young mob. You're just amazing, and personally I love every single story that you tell when you get on stage. It's really, really beautiful. And to be writing a song in response to Took the Children Away, that is, for me, just it touches my heart so much, and I am so grateful for every single person that has put this project together. I'm so grateful. So big thank you to all that mob.
Thank you. Thank you. I've heard that song, it's beautiful. Chloe, you want to add anything at all?
Yeah, I guess also adding on to especially thank you to Uncle Archie, because I guess being a small town girl from Gippsland, I never really imagined I'd come over to Port Fairy Music Festival. I've never been to a music festival this size before. I think our local music festival is one stage, and it's a bit slow, to be honest. But that's country Victoria, so nothing really too high in terms of expectations. But yeah, I guess thank you so much for the opportunity to get out of my little small town shell and grow as a musician and grow in my singing, and yeah.
Oh, look, it's really, it's great to hear that, that they played a small part in I suppose influencing what you do, but it's, you've got to pat yourselves on the back too, and it's, and be proud of what you do and what you've achieved. Am I? Do I add anything at all?
Yeah.
Besides thanking me,
I guess what I was thinking about just then is that we are the oldest original storytellers, and our stories have always been present.
It's true.
And we all come from a long, long line of storytellers, and it's always in our blood and our lifeblood and our song lines and our family lines. So it has always been very present, and it's just amazing to be here at these festivals to share those stories with you all. And I will thank you, Uncle. Because, it was because of you and all these amazing First Nations musicians who have paved the way, and we're walking in your footsteps, so thank you.
Thank you. Okay, look, it's, I don't think there's any more to add, and we can say any more, but I'd like to thank Maddie, Chloe, and Maya or Maya?
Maya, yeah.
Maya, for being here with us and sharing their stories and what it is that inspires them. And of course Marlon and Rulla as well. So this is what I do. This is the first time we've had it. I usually do it through my YouTube channel, so this is the first time we've actually done it live on stage, the Kitchen Table Yarns. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Okay. We'll catch us later on. A big thank you to Creative Victoria and the Australia Council for the Arts for making this project possible.